I know the leagues. I know the teams. I know these players. I know this wonderful game called football.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Money Line presented by Pro Football Debate. You guys know the drill. Usually at this point, we give out props to Bet Openly. We're going to do something a little different, though. We know that Bet Openly is our official sportsbook sponsor, so we were able to collaborate with them and put together a free picks contest with the first place up to $250. So right now, our goal is to actively grow our social media presence. So all you have to do is head to our Facebook page, or if you wanted almost 60,000 followers on the PFD page, you can head there and find us. Give us a quick follow. Head to betopenly.com. Sign up for free. Once you're logged in, DM our Facebook page. Make sure you're DMing the Money Line, not the PFD page. The username and email that you use to sign up, and then basically just select 10 plays against the spread from that weekend, or from this upcoming week. I'm sorry. Winner's going to get $250. So not a bad deal there. Pretty easy and a great way to make Sunday a little more interesting without having to come out pocket a ton. So week 5 is here. We're in the middle of the Bears versus Commy games. Drake's, anything going right now?
Yeah, I'm all over the Bears. I had them plus 6.5 earlier in the week. Sprinkled money line. Have an SGP that I need Brian Robinson to do something in the second half here. Score doesn't really indicate that he's going to get a ton of rushing yards or attempts. But, hopefully somehow make it competitive, but not too close for comfort. Where are you at?
Yeah, no, I'm with you right there. I'm on the Bears money line. Actually, I got it Bet Openly at a pretty nice price. So hopefully they can hang on, get their first dub, and both of us can cash some tickets.
Yep.
So before we get into our week 5 plays, we were a healthy scratch on Tuesday for the recap show. So if you were paying attention, though, last week we went 5-1. Drake's, you gave out Buffalo minus the 2.5. Absolutely no sweat there. Great call. I know Miami was the popular play. We had the Jets plus 10. So it closed at 7.5. We ended up with 2.5 points of the closing line value. Great spot. You're obviously really good at getting those reads, getting the lines early in the week. So if you guys listened to us last week, you got on that play early. And then we had Arizona plus the 14.5, which we honestly should have backdoored twice there.
Yeah. Zach Ertz had a touchdown pass go through his hands, and then I think it was Hollywood Brown on the next play. Dobbs dropped a dime right in his hands, couldn't hold on. And, San Francisco gets that one. But, 2-1 in the plays I gave out. I know you had a hell of a week. Did you go 3-0?
Yeah, so I gave out the under in Baltimore and Cleveland. That was an easy cash. Javel, their second home in London, minus the 3. Again, kind of runaway, really no sweat. Yep. And then the over in Denver and Chicago at 46. So 3-0 on my end, but 5-1 combined, which is a hell of a week. And then on the season right now, we're rolling 12-5-2, hitting at 71%. So you can't ask for a better start, really.
No, it's phenomenal. And if you've listened to us last week, every week, I mean, our leans that we're giving out, not necessarily plays that we're calling out at the end of the show, but I mean, I think we went 8-4 or 9-4 last week in leans. Seems like every week, we're at that type of record. I mean, a bad week for us right now. We're batting 500. So this having fun and we're being successful. Yeah.
All right, well, let's just keep the momentum going here. Let's get right into week 5. Obviously, we talked about Bears and Commanders a little late, but we know where we're at there.
Yep.
We're going back to London. Jags plus 5 versus the Bills. What do we like there? What are we seeing?
I'm kind of leaning towards the Jags. I think they maybe just had to move hotels, but they were staying there week over week. It's probably a stay away for me, to be honest. Like the 5.5 number, as we've talked about, is always weird. To your point, London, UK is like the Jags' second home. Bills are looking really good. Like the way they have handled the last, 3 opponents after the rough Josh Allen game on Monday Night Football to open the season. They've been awesome. Josh Allen's career record on 7 days rest, 31-16-3 against the spread. He's 24-16-3 against the spread away from home. So a lot of trends pointing to Buffalo. Again, it's a spot that I don't really love. Favorites, I think as we documented last week, favorites are pretty strong ATS in the international games. But yeah, I'm probably going to stay away. Might do something in play, but I just can't see myself taking a side pre-flop.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I think I lean the Jags +5, but not enough there for me to want to make a play. We hit the early game last week. I'm okay sitting this one out. I don't need the action that bad Sunday morning. So, I'll cool it there. Like I said, I'm going to take points with the Jags maybe being a little more comfortable on the road, but overseas. But other than that, I don't know if I want to go up against the Bills because right now they're firing, and I just think Jags can keep it close, but you do run the risk of just going up against the absolute buzzsaw this week.
For sure.
Texans +1.5. Falcons home favorites. Falcons -130 on the money line. We got a total of 41.5. So low total and almost a pick 'em right there.
Yeah, I feel like the Texans are a pretty public play this week. The line is tough. Texas have played pretty well. I think there's some recency bias with Atlanta, not scoring a touchdown against Detroit, not playing that well last week against Jacksonville in the international game. And then meanwhile, Houston did what they did against Pittsburgh, just kept scoring, limited Pittsburgh offensively. So recency bias, I feel like, again, public play on Houston, but the line's so weird that I'm inclined to take Atlanta minus the 1.5. I don't trust it, but it's just the line makes absolutely no sense. Feels too good to be true on Houston, so I'm probably going to be on Atlanta minus 1.5. Or do you have a play on this one?
Atlanta minus the 1.5. I'm okay actually for a circuit card play too.
Okay.
I think a little bit of like you said, recency bias from the public. I'm okay going the other way. Atlanta at home, pretty decent team. I figure this is a good game for them to get going.
Yeah.
Houston offense playing good. D'Amico Ryan, great coaching so far. I think they're overachieving a little bit though. I think it's a game that kind of brings them down to earth.
Yep. Okay.
All right, we got Lions -10 at home versus Carolina. Lions -500 on the money line at a total of 44. When's the last time we've seen the Lions just an absolute massive favorite, double digit?
I don't know last time they were a double-digit favorite, but I will say that they are the most profitable team ATS in the NFL over the last 2 years, 26-12 ATS. Ford Field's going to be rowdy. I don't know about the 10 points. I think it might be too much just because it's the NFL and 2 possessions. I mean, leaves the back door open all day for Carolina. I think I'm comfortable taking Detroit and Survivor, but I don't know about laying the 10.
That's exactly what I was going to say. I was like, Detroit's going to be my Survivor play. We got Chicago right now holding on, so could do us some help with Washington. I know that was probably going to be a popular play. We'll see when it all unfolds here in a couple days, but I like Lions as Survivor. As far as laying double digits, I know Detroit has a great home field advantage, but I'm 100% with you here. 2 possessions in the NFL. I don't think if people realize how big of a gap that is. Screams backdoor.
Yeah.
It screams just one bad turnover, gets them right back in. There's too many variables to lay double digits there. I'm inclined to take Panthers with the +10. Yeah, I agree. Moving on, we got Titans and Colts. Titans -1.5. Colts a home dog. Anything you like there?
Yeah, we've seen some crazy movement here in this game. I want to say it opened as Indy as the favorite, and now it's flipped to Tennessee. I probably like Tennessee in this spot. Indy's going to be high or higher with Jonathan Taylor coming back. Don't know what his pitch count is going to be, but Tennessee, did what they needed to do last week against Cincy, won 27-3, lost 27-3 the week before to Cleveland. So overall, the split against the teams of Ohio, inclined to take Tennessee as the 1 or 1.5 point favorite. If I do play this game, I'm just going to play Tennessee money line. Contest wise, I'm not sure if they're a fit, but money line is seemingly a good play here for Tennessee.
I'm looking at $1.40 right now on the money line.
Okay, it's not terrible.
No, to just we got to win. I was actually going to bring that up depending on where you landed with the spread. I know we were both talking that we like Tennessee. I'm with you on there. I don't know if I want to lay the points, but on the money line, essentially almost a pick 'em. I'm definitely okay there. I think that's pretty decent value.
Okay.
Giants +11.5 going to Miami, -650 on the money line. Miami, so obviously a massive favorite. Where are we at? Anything stick out there?
You have 2 teams. I mean, I know Miami lost last week to Buffalo, but two teams seemingly going in opposite directions. You have the Giants really, really struggled last week. You have Miami that put up 70 points the week before against Denver. Offensively is not really an issue. They just couldn't contain Buffalo offense last week. Again, double-digit favorite is tough to lay. I'd be more comfortable laying the points with Miami than taking with the Giants, but I don't know that I have a strong play on this one.
Yeah, that's kind of the way I look at it. Like, I feel more comfortable laying just given how inept the Giants have been. I mean, their offense is atrocious. 3 points last week. Defense isn't doing much better. But again, 2 possessions in the NFL is huge. It's actually been hitting a decent rate too. So I don't know if I want to necessarily go up against that because it seemed like the trends are going there, but it's kind of a sketchy trend that I don't want to like kind of flirt with because year by year it seems like it's up or it's down, and it's really early in the year. I think later on in the year for seeing double digits hit, I'd be more apt to actually like make a play on it one way or another. But small sample size, and like I said, we've seen them, feast or famine. So I'm okay skipping that one.
Yeah, here's something too. 13-5 ATS at home versus 9-10-1 ATS on the road.
Okay, there you go. Saints at Patriots, we got as a pick 'em.
Yeah, this is like a toilet bowl. I lean the Patriots. The line I think's flipped to the Saints being a favorite. I don't know, man. I think, again, we talked about Mac Jones as a dog with his record against the spread. We talked about him as a favorite with his record against the spread. Again, if you're ever going to play on Mac Jones as the Patriots quarterback, he's 12-7-1 as a favorite, and he's 3-13 ATS as an underdog. Again, the line's flipped to him being a dog, so I don't know if that makes us stay away, but I am on New England this week. I'm going to play them on the money line at plus 100, plus 105, and just pray that I'm on the right side.
Yeah, I'm going to give out Patriots as a pick for the week.
Okay.
I'm going to go, defense. I think the Saints offense, they haven't been a deep threat. It's been a lot of dumps. I feel like that's going to play in the Patriots' hands. And, Matt got pulled for Zappy last week. I think it was in the third or whatever. He needs to have a game. What better spot than at home against, essentially a pick? I mean, I guess you could take the 1 point either way, but even on the money line, like you said, you might search for it to get it at even money or plus $1.05. But I like the Patriots in the spot, and I think they pull away with a win.
Yep.
I know we talked about this one, so I think we're going to be on the same side again. And yeah, a lot of players are on the same side, though, but obviously we talk about this all week. So if you see us agreeing a lot, well, it's because, we kind of do this quite often. But Ravens -4 against going to Pittsburgh at +4. Guess you could just tell everybody where the mindset's at for both of us.
Yeah, Pittsburgh plus the points. Tomlin dog rule at home. Kenny Pickett. Not that he's been awesome this year, and he hasn't even been good, to be honest. But he said he's ready to go as of yesterday. I think he practiced in full today. So I'm taking the divisional home dog here. Lamar 7-15 ATS is a favorite. Tomlin's record, we've talked about it week over week as an underdog. Just ridiculous against the spread. He's 55-31-4. Just really, really solid against John Harbaugh as an underdog. He's 11-2-2 against the spread. So we talk a little bit about that head-to-head coaching experience. Here's another one. Tomlin 24-1 ATS as a division underdog after week 4 of the season. So that fits the mold. We're in week 5 here. Take Pittsburgh +4.
Yeah, and actually just kind of confirmed where I was at because all year I feel like when we've talked Ravens, you've been absolutely just electric with the Lamar Jackson trends, like just nailing it where it needs to be. So I actually that's just confirmed me even more. Yeah, let's go Pittsburgh. Grab the terrible towel.
Yep.
Bengals -3 cards. This one I know Cincinnati's struggling. It almost seems too easy. Cincy on the road, though. So, again, does that have you inclined to take AZ, or are we looking at maybe a good bounce back spot for Burrow and co?
I'm on Cincinnati this week. They're the better team. Arizona has overachieved. We talked about them not covering last week against San Francisco. But, again, this is 2 bad teams to start the year. I think Cincinnati has, more weapons. I don't want to say better coaching because it's too early for Arizona staff. but more weapons for sure to get things rolling and in the right direction. Burrow, he's not healthy. We know that. And I think 3 is a good number for them to lay. I had a stat here. Let me pull it up. He is 16-3-1 ATS his last 20 games versus non-divisional opponents. So that's a pretty good mark there. They coming off a bad loss to Tennessee, getting absolutely blown out. Didn't score a touchdown. That's their second game, I think, so far this year without scoring a TD. I think it's a good get right spot for them in Arizona.
Yeah, that was actually the phrase I was going to use, kind of like a get right spot. I think Cincinnati is going to go in there and hopefully kind of pick up where they left off last year. You know, probably I imagine the conversation in the locker room was, you know, let's put the first quarter of the season behind us.
Yep.
New season, let's go out there, get wins, start today. And I could see that one running away in Cincy's favor. So I like that 3 number there. If anything, if it does stay close, hey, it's a key number.
Yep.
And I'll take a good kicker on Cincy to, you know, get a win there if they need some points late.
For sure.
Eagles -4 going to LA against the Rams.
We've talked
another kind of weird line. I think LA is overachieving a little bit, but 4, I mean, earlier in the, I wish, you know, we could see that kind of look at, because I have to assume being a season, this was probably closer to a touchdown.
Oh, for sure. I don't know what the look ahead line was, you know, a week or two ago, but we've talked a few times now about Hurts, his road and home splits against the spread. I'm on the Rams this week. It's probably one of my favorite plays. McVay is, as an underdog, is awesome against the spread. He's 19-13-2. That doesn't sound awesome, but he just finds a way for his guys to compete against the NFC West. He's 24-16-1. Cooper Kupp, I think he's practicing in full, no restrictions. He should be back in the lineup. So we got him and Puka. Stafford looks good. Williams looks good. Their offense has outperformed expectations. Defense is keeping them in. Give me the Rams as the home dog here.
I got no opinion on that one, so
that's fair.
I'll take your word for it, man.
It's tough. It's tough to fade Philly. They're one of the top 2, 3, 5 teams in the league. So I get it, but yeah, I'll be on the Rams this week.
I mean, if you're looking at just going off of systems, I'm going to take a home dog. Like, you know, and you are right, though. McVay is an animal in that spot. So I think I would be inclined to go with the home dog. But I just, nothing there. I didn't really look at this week, kind of shrugged that game and just, you know, skipped it altogether. Jets, Broncos. Broncos favored by 2 at home.
Again,
-140 on the money line.
Yeah, I think you have recency bias with the Jets keeping it tight with Kansas City. Inclined to take Denver -2 just because of the altitude. But a game I'm probably going to end up staying away from. 2 crappy teams. Still don't know what the Jets are made of offensively. Like, Zach Wilson had a good game against Kansas City. I anticipate we see more of that against the weak Denver defense. So yeah, I just got to stay away.
Yeah, I mean, Jets have the defense to keep this thing close and get a win. But I can't trust that offense right now. I mean, Wilson played great against KC last week in primetime. And everybody was talking about just letting him get some confidence and get going. But he's too inconsistent. I don't know what to expect from him. The confidence, I don't know if it can go like either way. Does he come out and just think he's better than he is and start making risky throws and leads to turnovers, or does he actually just go and ball out like he did last week? I don't know. Not something I want to put my money up against.
Yep.
Chiefs -4 at Minnesota. Minnesota, really good home field advantage there, but they're a struggling team. Squeaked out a win last week. They were down for most of it and managed to turn on the second half. What do you got there?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Chiefs have struggled against the spread. Minnesota at home, their offense has been good. They've been turning the ball over in the red zone, which obviously isn't great, and that's why they're 1-3. They're 2-8 against the spread their last 10 games. Cousins in the 4 p.m. window or later, he's 21-34 against the spread. He's 10-23-1 straight up versus teams with a 75% winning percentage. I probably be more comfortable laying the points with Kansas City, but I'm going to stay away.
I wish I had the stat here. I'm trying to find it, but I do have a play on this that I like.
Okay.
It was pretty glaring in going to the totals of Kirk as a dog at home and points. And yeah, I wish I could pull it up, but it was in the beginning of the week. I was like, all right, I'm gonna take the over 53 there.
Okay.
Give me a shootout.
Yeah, I think Kansas City will put up easily 28 plus, and the Vikings should be good for 24 plus. So yeah, good.
How about if anything, the red zone turnovers for Kirk, he'll throw maybe pick 6 on the 5 again. I just don't know how they stop that. It's been amazing how many points they've been able to, 1, squander. So hopefully they can actually finish, or 2, almost give up just by bad turnovers, and it's off to the races to try to stop a tutty.
Yeah, that one was his fault against Carolina. He's also had some bad luck with receivers dropping balls, tip balls, stuff like that. So not everything.
Yeah, I wasn't putting the blame on him. It was more like as like a team, like how do you bounce back from that? Like,
yeah,
I think if they clean it up, they could put up a ton of points.
For sure. But the problem is they're also giving up a ton of points.
True. So yeah, I'll take one of the best offenses in the league then to go and hopefully, like you said, get to 28 or 30 and should be close to getting us there.
Yep.
We haven't really talked about this one, so I'm kind of curious to see actually where you land. Boys and Niners, Cowboys plus 3.5.
I think I'm on San Francisco.
Maybe. Okay, so we're on the opposite side. Give me them boys.
Yeah, I saw some stats about how Dallas is weak up the middle defensively. They're 27th, I think, DVOA, and that's kind of where the Niners live. I just trust the Niners more at home. Their offense, ton of weapons. If they try to shut down CMC, you have everybody else. I mean, Kittle has been pretty quiet so far this year. It could be a Kittle type game. Just so many weapons. And I don't know, Dallas had a bad loss 2 weeks ago against Arizona, bounced back last week against a pretty crappy Patriots team. Again, took care of their business, did what they needed to do. Impressive victory. But yeah, I'm inclined to lay the 3.5, but I don't really have like a strong position on it.
Yeah, I actually I like the boys there. I'm gonna give that as a play too because I feel like it should be a little contrarian. Everybody at San Francisco is probably the best team in the NFL right now. Mm-hmm. But I think I want to say a letdown spot, but almost like a letdown spot. I think San Francisco can win the game, but I think it's going to be closer than they anticipate. I love the hook there. Prescott 25-10 ATS against the NFC East. And he's faced the 49ers 4 times, twice in the playoffs, twice in the regular season. He's covered the ATS both times in the regular season.
Nice.
So I'm going to hang my hat on that, and hopefully they can keep it close.
Okay.
And then last game, we're going to go to Monday night. We got Green Bay -1 against Vegas. So I guess home dog there.
Yeah, I'm not really a fan of this game. I think I'm expecting Jimmy G to start. He's out of concussion protocol. Just 2 kind of bad teams. Green Bay's had enough rest after playing Detroit on Thursday last week. So, yeah, I'm probably going to stay away. I don't know. Where are you at?
I actually like Green Bay.
Okay.
Yeah, I just think McDaniel's going to get canned here. He's going to be probably the first coach fired. I think the odds on, well, Chicago with was it Efferblus was, but he might keep his job another week. Yeah, I think the Packers defensively can do enough to shut down the Raiders, and I think it's a good game for Love to kind of get right back to where he was.
Sure.
No weather to really worry about. You're going to be, on the kind of West Coast there in Vegas in a dome. So the thing is about Vegas too is it's not really like a home field advantage because you kind of get, it doesn't matter where who's playing, you're going to get the fans from everywhere. Yeah. Packers being kind of a big franchise there in the NFL, like a top dog as far as franchises go. I think the fans might travel pretty well. Mm-hmm. So in essentially a pick 'em, I'm okay with Pack just squeaking out one.
Okay, fair.
All right, so we talked about Survivor. We know where we're at there. I'm on the Lions.
Yep,
my team.
Same.
Okay.
Yeah, it has to be Detroit or Miami for me. Like, there's not much else that's comfortable this week. Right.
I think it's a good burn spot, though, for Detroit. If you look at their schedule coming up, it gets harder in the second half.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good spot to burn them out if you haven't so already. And then Dolphins, I think there's a couple other spots down the road if you haven't burned them up already that you could use them.
Yeah, I've read a lot too about people that are basically fading Carolina this week and next week. Carolina and Detroit this week, obviously, and then they travel to Miami next week. So you could play Detroit this week, Miami next week in terms of fading Carolina. So something to consider if you want to kind of plan ahead.
Yeah, because let's call it what it is. If the Dolphins cover and Lions cover, that's going to be double digits going into next week anyway. So
right,
it's probably going to be one of the biggest lopsided games on the board.
Yep.
How many picks are you giving out this week?
I'll do 3. You can bat lead off.
All right, so we already talked. I'm going to give the Patriots as a pick. We're going to go with the over in the mini NKC game. Right now it's at 53, so we're going to keep it there. And then, like I said, I'm going to go prime time. You know me, I love that Sunday night game. I'm going to go Cowboys plus the 3.5 on the road.
Okay. I'm going to go with the Titans -1 or 1.5 against the Colts. I'm going to go Steelers +4. And my third pick, I'm going to go Falcons -1.5.
Love it.
We'll see. Line's weird. Yeah.
Well, we obviously we're off to a good start. So, I mean, do we keep this up and just keep crushing it? I don't think 71% is probably not going to be sustainable. But if we can get out, hopefully over 55-60 this week, we're still in a good spot.
For sure. Yep. Absolutely.
All right, man. I got nothing else. I'm good.
Yep. Same. Let's get at it.
Let's get some tickets.
Yep. See you, man.
See you.